Hello, my name is Voya and welcome to My Deep Guide. Today we are unboxing and taking a first look at Note Air 2 Plus. Okay, let's check that out. Well, okay, here it is, the Note Air 2 Plus. It is supposed to be, as far as I understood, it's Note Air 2, slightly different color, but the main difference between Note Air 2 and the Note Air 2 Plus should be a larger battery. Standard Note Air 2 comes with a 3000 milliamp battery. This one is supposed to come or have a 3700 milliamp battery. So let's unbox it and see actually what we get. Let's see. Slightly heavier, doesn't seem thicker, but totally new color, kind of greenish, grayish, actually quite cool. All right, let's see what else do we get. You get the standard pen colored in the color of the, you can see this really cool kind of greenish metallic looking nice color, so that's kind of cool. A USB-C data cable and a warranty and a quick start guide, the same Note Air 2 quick start guide, which makes sense because it is a Note Air 2, it's just a little bit different. Alright, and the entire package is extremely standard. It's pretty much exactly the same thing like you would get on any other device. So you get a device, you get some documentation, USB-C cable, and a standard pen. So for a Plus version, maybe they could have kind of included some nibs or something, maybe a little bit more, but then again, yeah, you do get the matching pen, which is looking pretty. I'm just thinking that it's like if this is a Plus version, and yes, it has a larger battery, but I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I'm just thinking that, you know, when you're buying a higher tier model of a certain device, then, for example, motherboards. I'm now completely into computer components because I'm rebuilding my desktop or workstation. But yeah, it really is higher tier up. You go with the model of a motherboard, for example, more goodies you actually get, you know, and we don't actually see that in this instance. So I don't know actually the pricing of this yet at all. So if the pricing is not something really a lot more than the regular Note Air 2, then I would get it. Then I think that this is fine. However, if the price is like a lot more than the Note Air 2 and is supposed to be like a premium version of the Note Air 2, then the packaging would need to include some more goodies. So that's at least what I'm thinking, that when you open up the box, it would be nice to actually see something different, something more. I don't know what the price of this yet is. So yeah, maybe everything I'm saying is just a complete moo point. For those who know, they know. All right, let's get the device out and see it and see what's it like. Well, I actually like this a lot. I liked the blue version. I really like my Note Air. And I like to see that they've continued like the same kind of hue, except this time it is a green one. And this one actually says Note Air 2 Plus on the back, which is definitely a nice thing to see. So this feels really good. I'm just gonna grab my Note Air and see how it compares weight-wise and everything, if that's something that you can feel or not. Here they are. This is my trusty old Note Air 1, but it is the same size and the same type of weight as the Note Air 2. This is the Note Air 2 Plus. So it looks like it's as thin as the original. Let's see. I put them side to side. Yep, pretty much exactly the same size. So they managed to stuff bigger capacity batteries inside, which is interesting. The weight, let's see. Holding it with two hands. You know, yeah, when I'm looking for it and I know that this one is supposed to be marginally heavier, yes, then I can acknowledge that. But to say that I notice, that I would actually notice that this one is heavier than this one, if again, only if I'm shifting from one to the other, then maybe. But then again, it could be a subjective impression. No, it is. This one is lighter, so you do feel it that it's lighter. All right, so definitely that's the main difference between the two, but the weight is really not such a big thing. Then again, you know, if you have thought that Note Air 1 is too heavy, well, Note Air 2 Plus is heavier, still just a little bit, but it is heavier. So that's something that you gotta keep in mind. So let's focus on the visuals. Well, they're exactly the same except for the color, and that's going to be a matter of a personal preference. Exactly the same design on the back, exactly the same design on the side, top, other side, and the bottom. It's the same device, everything is exactly the same as before. It just has this really, really lovely color, and I like that I can see that it has the same protective cover on top. Oh yes, the lovely one that was part of the Note Air 2 that's pre-applied on top of the screen. Note Air 2 Plus has it. It's a nice thing to see that it has not been changed, and I gotta say that they managed to keep the green color in the tone of the product line, and that it matches the orange line actually well, which is not an easy thing to do. It's not easy to match orange with other colors, but this one actually does it really, really well. The quality is as usual. I mean, Note Air I absolutely adore. Note Air 2, I think it was one of the best ones that came out last year. And now we have Note Air 2 Plus, which is basically the same thing, just a little bit more beefier and a different color scheme. As you can see, yeah, craftsmanship and everything really, really meticulous, exactly like you would expect from a Note Air device. So all in all, I think it comes down to just a personal preference. Note Air 2 with the blue and orange was, and the Note Air 1 as well, was more kind of fun, playful, and show-offy. This one still has that orange, still has a little bit of aggression here, so definitely has that kind of attitude of some sort, but the contrast between the green color and the black and the orange one, it's very, very tasteful. For my aesthetic sensibilities, the new Note Air 2 Plus, the green color, is a little bit more elegant and a little bit less show-offy than the blue and orange statement was. I personally like them both quite a lot, and I am biased towards the blue one because I've spent such a long time with it and it's just the thing that I'm used to. But I gotta say that this one is also very, very pretty too. So if I had to choose between the two, I don't know. There is absolutely no way that I could just go like, oh yeah, this one hands down. I do like them both. They're both really, really beautiful. Thank you. You can go back now. So that's, yeah, this is what Note Air 2 Plus looks like. And let's now do a first fire up and just a writing test just to see how it feels and if there are any surprises or not, since it's a Plus model. All right, first power up. And let's snap that pen on the side. Nice and strong, but not as strong as the big pen that they have, the Pen Pro, whatever. But it's nice to have it actually matching everything. That's a very nice thing to see. They managed to match the color perfectly between the plastic and the metal. That's nice. All right, and before I knew it, it's actually started. Snappy, fast. Okay, nope, I want the new mode. Bottom swipe up, yes, yes, yes. Can I change this? Nope, okay, go. Right-handed mode, sure, let's calibrate. All Right. Oh, it actually feels snappier. I know that it's the same internals, I know that, but it just is really snappy because there it is, now it's all done. Okay, so let's see which version is it running. It's 3.2.2 out of the box. So it's running the latest one already. I'm not even hooked up on Wi-Fi, so that's actually interesting to see. It's really snappy, really nice kind of feeling like the Note Air was. I mean, it is the same type of a device as the Note Air 2, which as I said, it's one of my absolute favorite devices that came out last year. And this is just the same thing, only has a beefed up battery to 3700 milliamps. So basically what you're getting is an absolute monster. You get an updated octa-core CPU, Android 11, 4 gigabytes of LPDDR4 RAM, 64 gigabytes of storage, and now a very beefy battery for this kind of a screen and everything. 3700 milliamps battery, and all looking like this. I'm not a fan of this, but let's see my old pen. Oh yeah, actually a little bit better even. Ah, so this one, I didn't have the problem on Note Air 2. There you go. So when you put it directly here, where it should be, then it's much stronger as it should be. So let's see. Okay, it does slip off. But if you have the big pen, then that one is way stronger. Okay, I really need to shake like a mad person for it to actually drop off. So it fits really pretty. Actually, the orange with the orange fits really nice, and the black in here. So either pen that you have, either the one that you get or the Pen Plus Pro or whatever it's called, they all fit it quite nicely. It holds really good. My fault was I placed it on top, not on the magnet place, but here where it should be. And when you're there, then it actually is rather good. So the whole thing looks really good. And as I said, you get a tremendous amount of power now with an even crazier battery life, because you know the old one was not bad with battery life at all, but this one just has like even more. And it has an updated look and it looks pretty cool. So the last thing that's left is just to write a couple of notes here. Oh, that writing feel, I missed it. It's just so good. I love how this thing feels. The Note 5 doesn't feel like that. The Nova Air doesn't feel like that. The Nova Air C doesn't feel like that. The Max Lumi 2 doesn't feel like that. The old Note Air, of course, doesn't feel like that. So this is definitely the best writing feel of any Boox device that they have had. And now I have actually the opportunity to try their best pen with their best feeling device and see how that is. All right, so definitely there's a little bit more precision and comfort in the Pro pen for sure. And I like it, but also please do remember I've been using this pen now, and this one has been just unwrapped, and like any just unwrapped pen, it has a brand new nib, so it needs to be written in, and after that I'm going to be testing out to see how do they actually compare. But either one of them works great, and now my trusty old... Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, all of them feel great. So this is the Note Air 2 Plus. It basically is the Note Air 2 with a different color scheme and a larger battery and a matching pen to go along with it. Another thing that also has arrived is a cover, and it's called Note Air 2 Plus cover. So let's check it out and see how does it all look like when, you know, packed up together. All right, here we go. So let's see, we open it up from here. Yes. 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 Let us see. What do we get? Oh, I'm not a fan of the color, but everything else seems rather good. And we have the magnetic thing on the side. That's actually quite nice. I don't know if you had that before or not. And wait a minute. Is this magnetic? How does this work? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okie dokie. Now we're talking. Now we have a proper kind of a package. Secure and keeps your pen here where it should be. Very, very nice. No more sticky tape that some people dislike. Magnetic on the front, is it? It is not magnetic on the front. It's not holding, at least. Nope. But it does have a wake function. So not enough magnets to actually make it work. What do we do with this one? Let's see. When I want to write with it, like that, nope, like this, nope, like this, yeah, okay, bends backwards. This one here has enough give, so that this can actually flip back nice and normal. This one's a little bit in the way, but it does have perforated sides here to allow it to actually comfortably bend back here, and you continue working. Okay, so you're done. Flip this back up, this here, and that's that. Aside from the color, which is rather orangey, the material feels good. I like that it has a matching kind of a design. So you have a Boox down here, you open up and there's a Boox down there. I love it that it's a magnet. Definitely love that. Let's just see how good of a magnet it is. Okay, that was that was not. Let's try one more time. Let's put a bit of a dampening thing underneath now, because I'm just wondering how good of a magnet this thing is. So I'm just holding it up. Let's see. Oh, okay. So here we go. Almost. So the test that I'm trying to do is to see if the magnet is strong enough to pick it up, and let's see how many times out of how many times will it pick it up. 1, no. 2, no. 3, no. 4, no. 5, no. 6, yes. Okay, let's do 7, no. 8, almost. 9, did it. 10. Okay, so 3 out of 10 times, just in this little super controlled scientific test. But in this little testing, 3 out of 10 times the magnets were able to actually pick up the weight of this device. Now the question is, does it work with the old one? Let's see. No, it does not. Fine. So Note Air 2 Plus has also magnetic back. To be so fancy and schmancy when compared to the other ones, it's like, ooh, I have a magnetic back and I can get picked up 3 times out of 10 when you're trying to pick me up by the back. Anyway, sorry for the digression, I'm just having fun. It looks great, I think, but the magnets are not that strong and they would give me pause. I would be very, very cautious of this. I don't know if it slips down. Nope, it doesn't. It really does not wanna slip. Okay, so it doesn't want to slip down. This is gonna end badly. Okay, so the magnet is strong enough for normal things in your bag, but if you're using this one, it is extremely vulnerable to being dropped onto the screen. So that's one place where it's really vulnerable, but everything else in controlled, careful environment, I think that this is a really good flipbook cover. Just don't get fooled and think that it's gonna keep it upside down, because this is a heavier device. And speaking of heavier, let's weigh this whole thing together and see how much it weighs. All right, back from the kitchen and weighing of the devices. So here are the numbers. The Note Air 2 Plus on its own, without the pen, without the cover, is 454 grams versus 431 grams of Note Air 1, also without the pen. Note Air 2 Plus with the pen, the default pen that it comes with, is 467 grams. So the pen is 13 grams on its own. Note Air 1 with the tiny little Samsung pen was 439 grams, because this pen is only 8 grams, so of course a bit lighter. And then we get the Note Air 2 Plus with the pen and the magnetic cover is 733 grams heavy. Now we are in a heavy category. This is something that you feel. So yeah, the cover itself seems to be 265 grams on its own. So this is something that you definitely kind of put on quite a bit of weight, and you gotta have that with the magnets and everything. I mean, magnets are heavy, so there's no way around it. And this is simply, once again, why I prefer the old design that everybody dissed, and I don't get it. I love it. It's more than a year and a half, doesn't have a single scuff on it, designed and built beautifully, and the sticky things just work. But majority of people are go like, ooh, no, not the sticky tape. Well, why not if it works? Because it's lighter, it's thinner, and it's safer. It holds the device better than a magnet or a plastic thing ever will. And then Boox is forced to try and kind of remedy this. It's just that the numbers don't lie. So this is what the audience asked for. So this is what we got, unfortunately. Yeah, as far as my Note Air goes, the whole package is 617 grams versus 733 grams. So there's that as well. Overall, I really do like the whole package, how it feels. This is something to kind of transport, but at 730 something grams, I forgot how much it was, I think 733 grams, this is something that you will feel. On the other hand, it's for transporting only and protecting your device only, so that definitely works. And the practicality of it is really good, because you simply take out the device, you use it because of that magnet. So that's one of a great advantage compared to my beloved sticky tapes. You just set it back in and you continue working. Is it closed? Yes, it does go back to sleep. So very practical, extremely easy to use. a little bit on the heavier side, but then again, it's bulky there for a reason, to kind of protect you. Holds the pen properly, really like what I see there. Not a fan of the color. I understand that they're trying to do this whole orange thing, but it doesn't really make sense to me because this is now on a side of elegance. And I think that a more elegant option would have been also nice. Just a pure gray, like this one. I mean, this one was quite nice. Or maybe black. So hopefully they'll have some other options as well. Maybe this is just the most kind of sporty version of it. But yeah, generally speaking, I do like the package, but I do like the device more than the package itself, mainly because it's so snappy, it's so easy to use, and the writing feel, oh, that writing feel and that surface on this one, they nailed it on this device. I'm happy to see that they kept it on the Note Air 2 Plus. Boox tends to change things like really quickly, as we can see here, because just literally 7 months ago we had Note Air 2 come out. So now we have Note Air 2 Plus, like a refresh. And I'm happy to see that they've kept the thing that worked well. That is a good thing to see, because this is by far the best writing feel device that they have ever done, and they should stick with that formula. This is something that you should not change unless there's a really good reason for it. But anyway, that's the unboxing and the first look at the all-new Boox Note Air 2 Plus. Basically, Boox Note Air 2 with a larger battery and a green color. Well, alright then, so Note Air 2 Plus. Well, it's a refresh at best, a little heavier, a little bit more powerful. I guess the whole point is going to be me testing out the battery performance and how it actually handles and how it just looks, because everything else at the heart of it, this is going to be, and it is, a Note Air 2. But yeah, with a bit of a more battery and a different color. I guess I said that a million times by now. But I'm just a little bit puzzled, like, okay, great that it's there, but why? I mean, it's not like Note Air 2 had a bad battery life, so maybe that's the only point of confusion that I have. It's just trying to figure out, okay, great, I'll spend time with it, test it out, and then bring you an in-depth review as well to kind of see what it is. It's probably not going to be super duper detailed because you can reference everything to Note Air 2 review that I've already done, because it's the same device. So I'm just going to focus on differences in how it performs. So did you guys know? All right, thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, and then the notification bell down in the description below. Also check out the links to the Discord mydeepguide server. It's a community we're building with like-minded people with like-minded interests and all of these kinds of things. It's a nice thing to be a part of the community. Also, in the descriptions down below, you can find the link to the My Daily Organizer and My Daily Organizer playlist. What is a My Daily Organizer? Yearly, quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily organizer with a lot of functionality that helps you kind of focus everything that you need in one place professionally and personally, and basically transforms your e-ink device into your organizer as well. A lot of people are finding it to be quite useful. So if that's something that's interesting, check out the videos down below to see if this is a product for you or not. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye.